Hello and God bless. Lee Rice here. I'm in the portal of prayer in Agrigento. Well, at least pretty close to the original position which I called the portal of prayer, which is right there underneath the praying statue. Lots of rain today in Agrigento. It's still a nice day. A little bit fresh, temperature's fresh. Pretty quiet on a day like this. When there's rain, they pretty much hide away. Not just here, but through all of Italy, I've noticed much the same. They don't like the rain. Just the day before yesterday, I finished song number 100 in Agrigento on this street. It's called They Were Somewhere Else Instead. My guitar's in for repair, so my brother Alex has given me his guitar. I'm not really playing it much because it's, well, made of plastic and it's got old strings.
Shake it like it.
Shake it like it.
Accendi. Oh no, credito che d'ingresso che credito di dopo.
Ciao. No creditor. No money either. Ah, ciao, I don't have money, I have 20 cents sesame.
Non c'è.
I have 20 cents sesame.
Io ti voglio dire una cosa, no? Ti aiutavo abbastanza, no? Ora il
Ciao.
ancora 20 secondi.
So quite often people come along and ask me for money, or do you ever smoke? Quite often, which is okay if I have, happy to share. If I don't, well, then I can't. So it's super quiet today, and I'm just going to read to you the text of song number 100. I've got the key. And for zombie, the Agrigento zombie survival game, I've already found a key for that too, with the basic guitar right there. It's quite a simple key. So I've already created and completed the text of that. Yeah, well, the text was completed, but I've made a couple of changes just to turn it into a song. And the next song after that, which I've had in my head for a while, is called Zombies, which is just going to be zombies. So that's already completed realistically, just really need some bass. And that's 99, 99. And then the next song, which was inspired by my brother Alex sitting next to me playing this guitar, which is made of plastic, and well, it needs new strings. I'm not really playing. It's useful if I have an idea for writing, but I'm not really playing. I've just got to wait until Saturday for the new guitar. And it's called They Were Somewhere Else Instead. So just a quick recap. Somehow, on this one single street in the heart of the city of Agrigento, in the city tributed to Andrea Camilleri, which is the tribute to Andrea Camilleri's just down there, which I called the Portal of Insanity, after all I witnessed in that area, with example, thousands of selfie updates, where the adults came along, who couldn't see, hear or feel what was taking place from any artist right next to them, including Lucas, the harp player. And then came the umbrellas in the same situation right there outside the gallery, where the adults came along, and the vast majority, their children could see, but yet somehow they couldn't, any of the artists which were sitting outside the gallery. I had to move a little bit because the owner of the property there said he needs access. I've sat right next to the situation of him needing access. Haven't seen him needing access one single time in all of the time I've sat right next to that position. Strange scenario too. So I'll just read for you the text of song number 100. As a writer of 25 years, on this very street, one of my greatest achievements of all time, no Alan Watts illusion of ego intended, as the writer of 100 songs on this street, while the vast majority of moving adults ultimately failed to recognize a living, talking, speaking, moving, singing writer in the city tributed to Andrea Camilleri plus Luigi Pirandello. And that's not all they failed to recognize, but I've already covered all of that in the other videos. So I just turn it away a little bit because it's going to be hard to see the screen at the time of reading the text. Today, for one of the first times, just rewind a little bit, for one of the first times ever, because Alex asked me not to put his guitar case on the ground, for one of the first times in many years, I actually placed a hat on the ground. And partly to witness the results. I leave my guitar case closed, as even my own family knows. Because, well, it shouldn't be about money. But to witness the rejection of what's taken place in society, where the vast majority of moving adults ultimately choose to not pause for 5 seconds or 5 cents for anything at all. It's improving in Agrigento, I can see the improvements. But well, it's taken some time, to say the least. The teenagers of Agrigento and the children, they fully get what I've been saying, more and more. And the sadness of what society has become. Walking past music, walking past arts, no compassion. It's truly, truly sad, but I can report the good news. It's improving. So the text for They Were Somewhere Else Instead, once I get my guitar back on Saturday, then I'll record it too. They were somewhere else instead. They were moving so slowly, do you know what I mean? With their heads in the ground, in their dopamine dreams. What's that you said? They were somewhere else instead. Come on now, get out of bed. They were somewhere else instead. Oh, ciao bambini, figlio del realtà, ciao bambini, child of reality. That's not in the song, just a child just came past. Second verse, they were choosing deep sleep, which was so hard to believe. Some were staying, some decided to leave. What's that you said? They went and lost their heads. Come on now, get out of bed. They were somewhere else instead. Third verse, they were so far away they were completely out of reach, fuori portata in Italian. Just like a long lost stone on an isolated beach. What's that you said? They were somewhere else instead. Are they already dead? They were somewhere else instead. Crawling through the cities, so far away, endless scrolling through those cities, so far away, they were somewhere else instead. And then the last verse, a break section. They were avoiding all contact with music and art. What happened to love? What happened to their hearts? What's that you said? They were somewhere else instead. They went and lost their heads. They were somewhere else instead. Then the chorus again. They were crawling through those cities so far away. Endless scrolling through those cities so far away. They were somewhere else instead. Then I just repeat the first verse after a break. They were moving slowly. Do you know what I mean? With their heads in the ground in their dopamine dreams. What's that you said? They were somewhere else instead. Come on now, get out of bed. They were somewhere else instead. Then the chorus again. They were crawling through those cities so far away. Endless scrolling through those cities so far away. They were somewhere else instead. They were twice for the chorus. They were somewhere else instead. Are they already dead? They were somewhere else instead. And after watching Society for 14 years and 12 and a half as a street artist, in that exact position right there where my friends are right now, and well, this area, right here opposite a song I wrote called The Selfie Bar. Shakalagas. Shakalaka bros. Shakalagas. Then on this one street alone, from the gateway to reality, to where I've slept many nights, why are the doors closed outside the church that way? That is song number 100 on this one street. And everyone I know noticed, and everyone I don't know didn't notice. In a sad society, which has taken place for thousands of days, not just here, of course, everywhere, where somehow the vast majority of the moving society, the adult society specifically, reject music and art. They fail to recognize books. They fail to recognize that. They fail to recognize the details on the sign of free artists, my musical partners too, and it is ultimately not about me. They fail to recognize the artists I've sat with in Agrigento and the artists I've sat with for thousands of days. God bless.